The portraits on the wall depict the couple who once lived here. They look young and proud. Behind the mask of apathy that comes with aristocracy, there's a certain kindness in their eyes. There is no wood.
Aber vermutlich nicht mehr, so wie ich das hier sehe. Bücher. Viele Bücher.
This bookcase appears to recount the entire family history of the past counts of Kalima. The line apparently dates back many, many centuries. These books pertain to the ever-expanding world of science. As you skim over the titles, you see one that says, Evidence of a Spherical World. You shake your head. What will they think of next?
Da haben sie recht, ist schon sehr bekloppt.
This would appear to be the classic fiction section. It is a collection of literature dealing with the arrival of the first mages and what became of their descendants, who were and are all mages themselves. Evidently, the Count must be one such descendant, hence his apparent interest in the subject.
Okay.
This marble bust must be of a past Count. While it has some resemblance to the current one, the face looks markedly different from that of the town statue. The bust being made of marble. The gold disc.
Sieht für mich immer noch aus wie so eine Halsschmuckkette oder irgendwas. Ja, ich weiß es nicht. Soll ich jetzt dem Ding vielleicht den Code anziehen? Nee. Dann gehe ich hier wieder raus. Also ich meine, das ist ein ziemlich offensichtlicher Raum, aber trotzdem weiß ich gerade nicht, was ich da noch machen soll. Gehen wir mal hier hoch. Oh.
You take the shovel into
Oh nein. Oh ja, das kenne ich auch noch aus Teil 4. Hier muss man tierisch aufpassen, weil man die Treppe runterfallen kann. Wahrscheinlich.
The window looks out onto the island far below. Through it, you see that the bricks of the castle might provide some footholds if you are inclined to go climbing.
Okay.
You are not desperate enough to climb out the window. You can exit. It is as chilly here as it is
Das heißt, ich kann hier klettern, zumindest draußen klettern. Von außen hochklettern oder so, wenn ich denn muss. Oh Gott, ich hasse diese Treppen. Come on. Ah, okay. Ich habe eine Schaufel. Diese Schaufel wird mir garantiert noch weiterhelfen, denn es gibt ja diesen Friedhof hier auch noch und ich garantiere euch, ich muss irgendwas ausbuddeln. Auch das macht man in Teil 4 sehr häufig. Kann ich hier auch hoch? Tatsächlich. Das ist random. Man sieht nicht mehr den Ausgang. Aha. Kann ich hier nach unten? Nein. Wirklich nicht? Nein. Kann ich hier durch? Ja. Und da geht's weiter nach unten. Kann ich denn auch da durch? Ja.
This is just a small storage room. Rows of red wine barrels are neatly stacked and piled along the wall. At least you think they contain wine. Seeing nothing else of real importance, you head back into the dining room.
Na gut. Wenn da sonst nichts ist, dann gehe ich zurück. Kein Problem. Und dann gehen wir hier mal runter. Hä?
The staircase beyond is very dark. It would be much too...
Oh, warte. Kein Problem. Ist hier irgendwo eine offene Feuerquelle? Nee, ist es nicht. Außer die Kerzen oben an der Decke.
It would be a good idea.
Ja, eben. Kann ich die Kerze mit dem Stab verwenden?
It doesn't require a wax. This eye...
Shit. Ihr wisst, was ich machen will, oder? Ich brauche eine Kerze fürs Licht. Ah, aber ich weiß, in der Bücherei. In der Bücherei waren Kerzenständer und nicht nur Kronleuchter mit Kerzen dran. Damit sollte ich Licht bekommen. Ja. Yep.
You hold your candle up to the candelabra flame. It catches. Your candle is now lit.
Perfekt. Okay, damit haben wir Licht. Und ich kann nochmal hier hoch. Okay. So, jetzt nochmal zurück. Ich finde es hier richtig cool. Ich mag das. Ich finde es super stimmig. So,
Now
das
that
Licht.
you have a lit candle, it's a bit easier to see where you're going.
Okay. A bit easier. Naja. Okay, habe ich schon Schlimmeres gesehen. Hatten wir schon Schlimmeres in diesem Spiel, die dunkle Höhle bei den Sharkies zum Beispiel. Obwohl, ich bin noch nicht da, wo es wirklich dunkel wird, vielleicht. Wer weiß. Nö? Oh. Oh. Ich habe einen Holzspeer. Das kommt mir jetzt erst.
The thick black cloak that you are wearing hampers your efforts to lift the coffin lid. Try removing the cloak first.
Oh, come on. Come on.
The black... You remove the black cloak again.
War das ein Zufall, dass dann instant eine Ratte hier durchläuft? Ich weiß ja nicht.
Nervously, you lift the heavy lid of the elegant coffin. You peek into its red satin interior. The coffin is unoccupied, and you feel relief wash over you.
Ich nicht. Denn wenn er da nicht drin liegt, dann ist er draußen unterwegs. Und ich ziehe mir jetzt meinen Mantel wieder an.
You don't feel like wearing the cloak anymore.
Seriously? Ich will aber. Ich habe das Gefühl, der macht mich sicher. Kann ich die Kette da reinlegen?
You can't use...
Ja, was mache ich denn jetzt?
As you prepare to look inside the coffin,
King Graham, I presume.
you turn on your heel. There, blocking the only exit from this dismal room, stands the Count. His skin is pale, his eyes jet black. He wears a black cloak nearly identical to the one that you possess.
Ja.
You know me?
Ah, yes indeed. Sister Hagatha alerted me to your arrival, dear King.
Und es ist der Mann. Kann ich Ihnen den Cloth geben?
It is too large to handle easily at the moment, and you don't want to make any sudden...
Okay.
The Count is too far away for you to be able...
Ich meine, ich kann mal hier gerade speichern.
In an instant, you are flat against the wall. The Count has you pinned so well you can't move a muscle, much less put up a defense. You can feel the Count's iron-cold hand on your throat. You have barely seconds before the inevitable happens.
Sekunden.
You would never get away with that. You're having enough trouble.
Okay, den Mantel, den Ring. Alter, gib mir doch die Maus jetzt.
With difficulty, you manage to loosen the ruby ring from your attire and drop it to the floor. The Count's eyes dart to it quickly, then flash angrily back to you.
Where did you get that?
The elderly woman who lives in a house to the south of here, near the beach. She gave it to me for helping her.
The Count regards you for a moment. His dark eyes bore unendingly into yours, and you feel as if your very soul is bare.
What do you know of her?
She is not well.
I know. Do you think I am not aware of that?
You are sweating profusely. Hopefully, this vampire doesn't find the odor appetizing.
Night is the most dangerous of times for my mortal family. I have kept constant vigil over my wife for many years, so that from the darkness, no harm would come to her. When her time comes, we will be together forever.
I think tonight will be the night. I have seen her this very eve. I did what I could to help her, but I do not think it was enough.
As you watch the giant bat fly out of the room, you realize with dread that the Count has confiscated your crucifix. Without it, you are trapped in this castle. Now, what are you going to do?
Okay.
You are loath to... There is a beautiful ornate coffin to one side of this eerie room. You peer into the ornate coffin. A beautiful satin pillow adorns the interior of this ornate...
Okay, ich kann hier irgendwas benutzen. Was?
A stab in the dark. A stab... You can't...
Ich weiß nicht, was ich hier benutzen muss.
You jab mercilessly at... At long last, you have located the final gem, the Death Gem. You breathe deeply, reach out, and take the stone in your hands. It is ice cold to the touch, but you don't care. This is the last thing you need to unlock the door of destiny. Now all you have to do is get out of here.
Okay. Naja, was wir wissen ist, dass wir an dem Turm rausklettern können. Und jetzt bleibt uns ja nichts anderes, als den Turm hochzuklettern. Auch wenn das eben nicht wollte und sagte, ja, ich kann doch einfach durch die Tür gehen. Jetzt bleibt ihm die Option nicht mehr. Also, ich kann einfach wieder zu Schloss. So. Ich weiß nicht, wie richtig das jetzt war. Ich habe keine Ahnung. Das war einfach mein erster Gedanke, als ich sein Porträt gesehen habe, dachte ich, okay, es ist der Count. Dann muss ich ihm jetzt irgendwie... Deswegen wollte ich ihm den Cloak geben. Aber das ging ja nicht. Ich wusste, ich muss ihn irgendwie wahrscheinlich daran erinnern, was seine Frau ist, damit er... Ich habe eigentlich gehofft, dass er damit sich reden lässt, aber er ist einfach abgehauen. Ja. Wie gesagt, ich weiß nicht, wie richtig das war, ihm jetzt den Ring zu geben. Ich weiß nicht, wie nützlich der sonst noch gewesen wäre, aber...
Seeing no other possible escape route, you climb onto the ledge and carefully lower yourself outside, hoping to find a decent foothold. It is a long way down.
Okay. Kletterspaß. Das Ding ist, ich habe keine Ahnung, was hier passieren kann. Ist es ein unsichtbarer Weg, an dem ich runterfallen kann? Darf ich nichts anderes berühren? Ist es zufällig? Ich weiß es nicht, weil... Ich meine, was hindert mich jetzt daran, einfach genau das hier zu tun? Nach unten zu klicken und zu warten.
Suddenly, you hear a swishing noise in your ear. It's joined by two others.
Ich kann nichts
You
tun.
instinctively try to brush whatever it is away, but in doing so, lose your hold on the bricks and fall backwards. Time slows as you fall, and your world turns black.
When I saw you, I knew it was true. There's a love between us won't be torn in two. Once waked from sleep, a smile and spring, an open a door forevermore.
Our guest has awoken, my love.
Ah, good evening, dear king. I do not believe we have been properly introduced. I am Count Kaldor, former lord of the realm of Colima. May I present my wife, Countess Lavidia.
A pleasure to see you again.
In gratitude to you for alerting me to my wife's grave condition, I took the liberty of preparing you a dish. I thought you might be hungry after your harrowing adventure at my window. You will forgive us if we do not join you. Our tastes differ from yours, do they not, my darling?
You shudder to think what different tastes actually means, but for some reason you note that you can no longer hear any rats squeaking in the distance.
Indeed. So much to become accustomed to.
You shall have all the time that the world has to share to grow accustomed to such things. Well, perhaps 30 years. Should the father locate the item by then, there might not be enough world left for anyone afterwards.
Has this father to do with why you frequently went abroad, always with that cloak of yours?
Most certainly. But I think that my affiliation with him and his association has come to a close. My obligations to them took me away from my beloved too often. I do not wish to repeat that mistake.
You are forgiven, my love.
Their attention, which seemed to have wavered momentarily, now redirects back to you.
Well, well, well. What to do with this one?
What were you going to do with him?
Kill him. I had quite clear instructions from Hagatha, who had apparently received them from the father himself.
But if you are not, as you say, affiliated with his association anymore...
They both share a knowing smile.
Tell us, King Graham, why are you here in Kolyma?
You take a deep breath, trying to ignore the fact that you are the only one capable of doing so, and relate your story of the vision in the magic mirror and your quest to find the 3 gems of nature. The Count and Countess exchange cryptic smiles.
Romancing the stone.
Indeed.
Obviously, that was a private joke, as you did not understand it.
So you search for the one with which you would share the rest of your life. On that I cannot fault you, nor on your intentions here. Therefore, I can forgive the trespassing. However, there is the matter of the dark gem you wish to remove from my castle. I place a deal before you. I am looking for a magnificent sapphire-encrusted tiara. It is a valuable family heirloom and has been on this estate for centuries. This castle and its estate are old, though. It could be virtually anywhere, in any number of hiding places. I suspect there are many that even I am not aware of. I wish to present this tiara to my wife as a gift to commemorate the eternity we shall spend together. If you can find it and bring it to me before sunrise, then I will give you the gem you seek and your freedom.
You nod, unable to believe that you have virtually been ushered away from death's door just so you could run an errand for a couple of vampires. You do not want to think about the consequences if you fail to meet the deadline.
Okay, ich eile, mein Count. Ich weiß noch nicht, wohin ich eile. Ich weiß nämlich gar nicht, wo der Friedhof ist, aber machen wir uns nichts vor. Ich habe eine Schaufel und er sucht ein blödes Kettchen. Wir wissen beide, wohin das läuft. Tja, aber wie komme ich zu dem Friedhof? Diese Steuerung ist so fürchterlich fummelig hier. Ja, aber nee, aber jetzt bin ich ja wieder falsch. Da will ich ja nicht hin. Ich mache mal gerade mein Kärtchen hier auf. Hier nach links. Och Mann, warum versteckt ihr das hinter dem Bau? Oh nein. Ich verspüre die... Ich hab das Ding nicht mehr.
As you step further into the cemetery, you can feel your life force slowly being sucked away by the disembodied spirits. You suddenly find yourself... The ethereal spirits drain the life force right out of your body. You top with the spirits and find only the
Naja, könnte ich vielleicht meinen Umhang wieder haben?
So, I have until just before sunrise.
That
And if I am,
The Count's eyes glint.
for your own sake.
You bravely suppress a shudder. The Count has
pardon my asking, but as the Countess of this realm, I presume you have lived in this castle before now?
Yes, that is so.
Then how did you come to live in that old house by the sea?
After my husband died, I continued to live in the castle for a time. I watched my newborn son grow into a man, marry, and have a child of his own.
Possum.
Yes. Shortly after her birth, however, my son and his wife both befell a tragic end at the hands of...
The Countess looks pained and appears unable to continue.
I apologize if I have caused you to relive your grief.
A vampire cannot truly feel grief, but perhaps my wife still recalls hers. I shall continue for her, if you so wish.
Ich wische, denn das ist wichtig.
Please, if I may know, how were your son and daughter-in-law lost to you?
They were slain by the Brotherhood.
The Brotherhood?
You have met them at the church.
Your mind reels, so that is the connection.
Okay, gut.
Why would the Brotherhood kill your heirs? Oh.
As you have just guessed, the Brotherhood wish an end to the reign of my family. Why else would they give you the means to penetrate my domain, so that you could do their dirty work for them?
The Cross Key.
Exactly. Stolen from me through stealth, and their own brand of magic. The Counts of Colima have all descended from a single bloodline. We have always been partial to change, as opposed to the stagnating status quo of the Brotherhood. Over the last few decades, the Brotherhood have tried to dispose of my family as best they could. That which I am now was brought about by them. They were the ones who set the monstrous, infected bat upon me. Long have I cursed my ineptitude. I should have used magic to defend myself.
Do not be so hard on yourself, my dear. I remember that night well. That hideous creature gave you no chance.
Perhaps. But I should have awoken from my dark sleep sooner. Then I would have been able to protect our beloved son and his wife, and you would not have been forced to flee the castle, to live out your days in that wretched old house, under a false identity.
It was not so bad a time. Dear little Possum loved it. I hope she will be as happy in her new home. She has a new life now, with no reason to fear any more.
This Brotherhood. Are they real monks?
They were once, but something happened to them. Local folklore would have you believe that Weirwood Forest is a host to certain entities, spirits of the wild they are called.
And what of them?
I believe the monks encountered these spirits. What occurred specifically is beyond anyone's knowledge but their own. But it is evident that the men were given the ability to transform themselves. Unfortunately, their minds were apparently transformed also. They began to believe they were destined to rule, and since have presented great danger to myself and my family.
So the danger you face is not a result of some decades-old feud?
Not at all, dear king, though history will likely reflect such. But, to answer your question, the members of the Brotherhood are no longer the goodly monks they once were. They do not represent their fellow brethren well.